Lately, I've been seeing so many videos with women talking about their weight and them not being happy. And the one I just watched, she stated she was 271 pounds and the highest she's ever been was 260. And she shared how, like, as women call it, like happy weight. Um, and as she was talking, it made me think, like, even as women, we put ourselves like in these boxes, right? Boxes to help everybody else but us. And we call it happy weight. And I realized, like, no, that's an excuse to make us feel better that how we've gained weight. And I used to be there years ago. And I just said, I'm tired of going up and down in my weight. I'm too short to be this heavy. But whether you're short, tall, whatever the case may be, if there's not like a health issue, a thyroid, anything like that, no, we lack the self-control of putting different things in our mouths. And we put too many things in our mouths because it is really about portion control. It is. And just looking at these different videos, it just made me so sad because I know how they feel. And it made me also think of the comedian Monique. Remember, her tagline used to be, skinny girls are evil, because she was heavy and because people still said she looked nice. And that's what I used to say to my family and friends, like, when I was fat, not even heavy, fat, I've gone through different stages, but still, why didn't anyone tell me? Why didn't you guys tell me? And to hear phrases like, well, I didn't think you were fat, or I didn't realize it because you was always dressing nice and sharp. And I was like, so my outward appearance, I said, thank God man looks at the outer and God looks at the inner. Because I knew and God knew, like, hey, yes, you're getting dressed every day, but you're not happy. You're dressed up on the outside, but jacked up on the inside because you can't find ways. You can't stay focused to get this weight off. Life was happening. And when you don't have not even so much support, the right type of support for the situation that you're in, is almost kind of like having no support, if that makes any sense. But it made me think, like, yes, I've never heard a guy say, oh, this is happy weight. No, women say happy weight because, like, yeah, whether you're in a new relationship, married, life is good, all the things. But no, let's stop doing that. Let's stop saying that, because it's an excuse for what we have the lack of self-control of. And when people say happy weight via society, it does give off a sort of acceptance, like, oh, okay, well, they just got married and I get it. You know, you're not really paying attention. You're not focused and you're taking care of the kids and the husband. And no. And it's been like this since the beginning of time, that women have to see about everyone else but them. They may get an opportunity to be on the list. They may. And if they do have an opportunity to be on their own list, the time is limited. And that's one thing I've always struggled with the Lord about for all these years. Like, why has women from then, BC AD, before Christ, after death, why has women always been just treated like a commodity? You know, brothers marrying off their sisters, fathers marrying off their daughters for the sake of the crown. It'll bring the families together. It'll make our family strong. We'll have a bigger army. It's like, marry your son off then. Marry your nephew off. It's always a daughter, a niece, a cousin. Like, when you hear the term treated like a second-class citizen, a lot of people, especially Americans, like, oh, that's how they do people in the Middle East or India, anywhere but here. But no, it is here too. It is here. It's just in different ways. That's all. But yes, before we add more onto our plate, really ask God to show us how to manage what we already have. Because if we're not managing well what we have, yes, we will lose ourselves. I've never heard one story. Of course there is, but unfortunately women outweigh the scale. But I've never heard one story of a man losing himself because he was making sure his wife was okay, the kids were okay, they were getting to all their activities, getting to school, vacation, play dates, homework. You never heard things like that. You never heard the male, whether you're in a relationship or you're married, dating or married, you've never heard, well, I've never heard, and again, I'm sure there's some out there, but it's so lopsided, that's why you really don't hear any, but stories that men are like, hey, I keep putting myself on the back burner. No, when a man wants to go to the gym, go to the library, go to Barnes & Noble just to get a book, hang out with his friends, just go get a frat, he makes sure that he puts in that allotted time for him to do that. And I know a part of it is how God made us as women. However, balance that. Like, seriously, we have to. And I was wondering, I said, God, why are you allowing all these different videos to pop up? I have not forgotten the battle of weight. I have not forgotten. Even still now, I think like, hey, maybe another 5 to 10 pounds wouldn't hurt. And 2 weekends ago, I was with my nephew, and I haven't seen him in a minute. And he was telling me how great I looked. And he said, you've always said you was going to work on your weight. You did an amazing job, Auntie. You did an amazing job. And then I said, oh, thank you. Really? Thank you, honey. And I said, I'm trying to get another 5 to 10 pounds off. And immediately he said, you better not have body dysmorphia. And I said, no, I don't. I just know my body. I worked hard to get here. And I know it's almost like dress sizes, okay? To me, like, I can wear a few smaller sizes, okay? And I'm not, even an 8 is like, it gives me a little bit of room, even an 8. So like, I can wear some 4s, I can wear a lot of 6s, and a handful of 8s. It depends how they're made. However, I want to stay between 6 and 8 because to me, double digit, even a 10, it's still too close. Again, a 10, a 12, a 4. Again, you have to know your body. You have to know your own struggles. You have to know and understand your own gauge. And that's what I was trying to explain to him. And I said, it's just like how you're trying to gain weight, because my nephew is very thin. So, yeah. And then I said, why is it that when someone loses weight, and just because other people think like, oh my gosh, you look amazing. Yes, thank you. Compared to how heavy a person was. Yes, you look amazing. But again, that's to you. We know, especially as women, our bodies are made differently, and our bodies are made to carry babies, so it's a lot of more moving pieces, and that's why men can lose weight a lot quicker than women. And Do not allow anyone to make you feel a certain way because, you know, you want to still work on yourself. You know what I mean? So, yeah, just be praying for other women out here who are really fighting the battle of the bulge, because it's a thing. It really is a thing, and it really is a fight. It is. I think I've made videos before on different parties and things like that I've gone to. Because I know I lack self-control with certain things. So, I will not buy, I don't care if it's a 4-pack of cupcakes. I mean, I'm not a big cake eater, but if I do, like, I like a cupcake. But I won't buy it unless you can serve a cupcake as an individual. But even that, but I'm glad they don't. I don't buy things like that for my house. But if I go to a party, it's like, ooh, okay, I'm going to eat one now and then take one for later and take it home. But I don't buy it for my house because I know I won't be able to maintain, hey, I have 4. All right, eat one a week. No, within that week, all 4 of those will be gone. So it's not funny, but I just know me. I just know me. So much love and support to my other weight loss journey individuals. And again, amen, it's a journey. It really, really is a journey. And for those who don't understand, be happy that you don't understand. Because trying to lose weight, it'll have you crying. It don't have nothing to do with the enemy. That's another thing. Like, the devil ain't got nothing to do with it. No, it's us. The lack of self-control of us liking certain things and not being able to control how much we're putting things in our mouth. That simple, the end. So I just want to encourage people, like, you're not alone. I'm grateful. I'm not in that number no more of being overweight, heavy, fat, obese. Like, let's use the words, because not like, oh, well, what's the other term? Big boned it. No. We were overweight. We were fat. We were unhealthy. Even Lizzo. Remember how everyone celebrated Lizzo? And a lot of people were like, don't celebrate that because that's unhealthy. Now look at Lizzo. She made millions off of, besides her music, like her body image. And look how much weight she has lost. Because at the end of the day, even Monique, look, at the end of the day, no one wants to be big. No one wants to be heavy at all. Got me in my feelings. Alrighty, bye-bye.